like a carousel. Want to go for a ride on it?
I'm too big.
No, you're not. Here, take your money and your ticket. Your dough.
Keep it. Keep it for me, please.
That's depressing. When someone says please to you, I mean, if it's Phoebe or something, that depressed the hell out of me.
Aren't you gonna ride too?
Maybe next time. I'll watch you. Got your ticket?
Yup.
Go ahead then. I'll watch you. She sat down on this big, brown, beat-up, old-looking horse. There were only like 5 or 6 kids on the carousel when it started up. I watched her go around and around. All the kids were trying to grab the gold ring. So was old Phoebe. I was afraid she'd fall off the goddamn horse, but I didn't say anything. If the kids wanted to grab the ring, they should go for it. And you aren't supposed to say anything, even if they fall off. I've been trying so hard to keep Phoebe from growing up and turning into one of those old, phony adults. But now I realize that I can't hold her back. Growing up is a part of life, and eventually you gotta grow up. It's just a part of life.
Ooh.
I see light in the sky, mister. May you counsel with your wife and let God help you turn your back on hell.
Elizabeth, they've come for my life now.
I know it.
I've been thinking I would confess to them. Would you have me do?
As you will. I would have it. I want you living, John.
It is a pretense, Elizabeth.
What is?
I cannot mount the gibbet like a saint. It is a fraud. I am not that man. My honesty is broke, Elizabeth. I am no good man. Nothing spoiled by giving them this lie that were not rotten long before.
And yet you've not confessed till now. That speak goodness in you.
I would have your forgiveness, Elizabeth?
John, it come to naught that I should forgive you. Will you forgive yourself? It is your soul, John. Only be sure of this, for I know it now. Whenever you will do, it is a good a man does.
I will have my life.
God be praised. It is providence. He will confess. Proctor will confess.
Why do you cry it? It is evil, is it not? It is evil.
I cannot judge you, John. I cannot.
Would you give them such a lie? It is evil.
Praise be to God, man. You shall be blessed in heaven for this. Now then, let us have it.
Why must it be written?
Why, for the good instruction of the village, mister. This we shall post upon the church door. Mr. Proctor, have you seen the devil in your life?
I did.
Did he bid you do his work upon the earth?
He did.
Say on, Mr. Proctor. Did you bind yourself to the devil's service?
I did.
Mr. Proctor, when the devil came to you, did you see Rebecca Nurse in his company?
No,
Did you ever see anyone with the devil?
I did not.
Proctor, you mistake me. I am not empowered to trade your life for a lie. You have most certainly seen some person with the devil. Mr. Proctor, a score of people have already testified that they saw this woman with the devil.
I speak of my own sins. I cannot judge another.
Come then, sign your testimony.
You have witnessed it. It is enough.
You will not sign it?
You have witnessed it. What more is needed?
Do you sport with me? You will sign your name or it is no confession. If you please, sir.
No,
Mr. Proctor, I must have it.
no, I have signed it. You have seen me. It is done. You have no need for this.
You have not confessed.
I have confessed myself. Is there no penitence but be public? God does not need my name nailed upon the church. God sees my name. God knows how black my sins are. It is enough.
Mr. Proctor.
You will not use me. I am no Sarah Good or Tituba. I am John Proctor. You will not use me. I have 3 children. How may I teach them to walk like men in this world?
Mr. Proctor, I must have good and legal proof that you...
You are the high court. Your word is good enough.
It is the same, is it not, if I report it or you to sign it?
No, it is not the same. What others say and what I sign is not the same.
Why, do you mean to deny this confession when you are free?
I mean to deny nothing.
Then explain to me, Mr. Proctor, why you will not let...
Because it is my name. because I cannot have another in my life. How may I live without my name? I have given you my soul. Leave me my name.
Is that document a lie? If it is a lie, I will not accept it.
Proctor, Proctor!
Pray God it may speak some goodness for me.
Whoever weeps for these weeps for corruption. Take them.
Ah!
Oh, no!
Call this a government? Why, just look at it and see what it's like. Here's the law standing ready to take a man's son away from him, a man's own son, which he has had all the trouble and all the anxiety at the expense of raising. Yes, just as that man has got the son raised at last and ready to go to work and begin to do something for him and give him the rest, the law up and goes for him. And they call that government. That ain't all nother. The law backs the old Judge Thatcher up and helps him to keep me out of my property. Here's what the law does. The law takes a man worth $6,000 and upwards and jams him into an old trap of a cabin like this and lets him go around in clothes that ain't fitting for a hog. They call that government. A man can't get his rights in a government like this. Sometimes I've a mighty notion to just leave the country for good and all. Yes, and I told him so. I told old Thatcher to his face. Lots of them heard me and can tell what I said. Says for 2 cents, I'd leave the blame country and never come near it again. Them's the very words. I says, look at my hat. If you call this a hat, but the lid raised up and the rest of it goes down till it's below my chin, and then it ain't rightly a hat at all, but more like my head was shoved up through a jinta stovepipe. Look at it, says I. Such a hat for me to wear, one of the wealthiest men in this town if I could get my rights. Hey, where are you going, boy?
Hi, this is my personal cover of Through the Fire and Flames of Dragon Force.
I don't give big parties. I suppose you've got to make your house into a pigsty in order to have any friends in the modern world.
I've got something to tell you, old sport.
Please don't! Please, let's all go home! Why don't we all go home?
I want to know what Mr. Gatsby has to tell me.
Your wife doesn't love you. She never loved you. She loves me.
You must be crazy.
She never loved you, do you hear? She only married you because I was poor and she was tired of waiting for me. It was a terrible mistake, but in her heart she never loved anyone except me.
Sit down, Daisy. What's been going on? I want to hear all about it.
I told you what's been going on for 5 years, and you didn't know.
You've been seeing this fella for 5 years?
Not seeing. No, we couldn't meet, but both of us loved each other all that time, old sport. And you didn't know. I used to laugh sometimes to think that you didn't know.
Oh, that's all. You're crazy. I can't speak about what happened 5 years ago because I didn't know Daisy then. And I'll be damned if you see how you got within a mile of her unless you brought groceries to the back door. But all the rest of that's a goddamn lie. Daisy loved me when we got married and she loves me now.
No.
She does though. The trouble is that sometimes she gets foolish ideas in her head and doesn't know what she's doing. And what's more, I love Daisy too. I go off a spree and make a fool of myself, but I always come back and I always love her in my heart all the time.
You're revolting. Do you know why we left Chicago? I'm more surprised that they didn't treat you to the story that little spree.
Daisy, that's all over now. It doesn't matter anymore. Just tell him the truth. You never loved him, and it's all wiped out forever.
Why? How could I love him? Possibly.
You never loved him.
I never loved him.
Go.
Aren't you gonna ride too?
Maybe next time.
Go.
Aren't you gonna ride too?
Maybe next time. Guys,
Go.
Aren't you gonna ride too?
I can't do this.
Elizabeth. Elizabeth, they have come for my life now.
It took too long. I looked for my line and it was not there. Okay?
Alright, I'll slow it down.
Okay.
Got him.
Okay, I mean, if you just want to take that part, we could just